Hi and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a paper golem swarm that's been very much inspired by Kobold Press's Creature Codex. If you haven't checked out that book yet, you really need to because there are some fantastic monsters and creatures in there. Anyways, if you want to see how this is done, I'm giving you a picture tutorial step-by-step process. Let's take a look. For this project, the supplies are actually relatively simple. I will have a full list for you down in the description. But to get started, you definitely want to make sure you have some crafting foam, the kind that has the sticky side on one side of the foam, as well as a nice sharp utility knife, a low-temp hot glue gun, metal ruler, cutting mat, antique white from Apple Barrel, and some thin cardstock or chipboard, making sure it is just the simple board on both sides, no print on either side. Let's get going first by painting that chipboard or cardstock using that antique white. And yes, it is going to bow up a little bit or curl, which is actually okay in this case. Don't worry about any change in form to the paper itself. While you wait for that paint to dry on the chipboard or cardstock, move over to your craft foam and you're going to cut out a strip that is a 1/2 inch wide. In terms of length, don't worry as much. If you're going to make more of these, obviously make this longer. The important thing is to get that 1/2 inch strip going first. Then what I did is cut off an inch length from that strip to get started. Once you have that strip cut out, what you want to do is just fold it over carefully to get its test fold going. And then you are going to take a scrap of white paper, remove the back label to the adhesive side of this foam, and place it up against the paper. Then trim away any excess paper and you will have your outside cover started. Then what you want to do is fold it over again. Where that crease mark is in the paper, you're going to add a very narrow strip of the low temp hot glue. Once that is on there, you're going to quickly fold it over on itself again, and this is going to create a binded book look and create a spine for your book cover. When the glue has cooled, go back to your antique white and you're going to paint the inside portion of your book cover so that the white paper that you just used will be the same color as what you're going to use from the chipboard or cardstock that you're working with. Once the paint has dried completely on your chipboard cardstock, what you want to do is cut out strips that are a 1/2 inch wide. Again, count is going to be up to you depending on how many of these you are making. When you have your strips made, take one of those strips and put it on top of your cutting mat. And as you can see in this picture, what I did was use those 1/2 inch marks to mark off where I'm going to make pages. Taking a brown permanent marker, you can use a black permanent marker, you can even use a pen if you so choose, but I find the permanent markers are easier. Go through and create faux writing onto each of these pages. Basically work within the spacing that you see on your cutting mat. What you will want to do is then flip over that strip so you get the back side of the strip that is blank, and you're going to do the same thing again, making sure to keep within those 1/2 inch marks so that when it comes time to it, you will take your metal ruler and your utility knife and you will start dividing these pages. When you are done, you will have these cutout pages with writing on both sides. The next thing you're going to want to do is, before you cut everything up, do be sure that you have a couple of these that are measured out an inch in length as opposed to every 1/2 inch. Because what you'll do with 2 or 3 of these is fold them in half, and those are going to be the pages that will get you started. Before anything else, you are going to go back to the book cover and you're going to do the same thing like you did with the pages. Take that marker, create that fake writing on the front and back portion of the inside of the cover. I even went to the exterior and sort of gave it a written in title with my permanent marker, as well as just created a sort of interesting look on the spine of the book. Now we're moving on to assembly, which is really the biggest portion of this build. You're going to take those few pages that are folded over in half and you're going to glue them together right where those fold marks are, again taking low temp hot glue and just attaching them to each other. Once you have those attached together, you are then going to put those into the book cover as well, and this creates a lifting effect in the pages to make it look like they're rising up and out of the book. Once you have those in place, what you're then going to do is go to those 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch pages that you cut out previously. And what I recommend doing is sort of bending them a little bit or curling these pages to give them a look of motion and life to them. And slowly but surely, what you're going to start doing is gluing these into the inside of the book, fanning them out as you go. Now, this is really playing it by ear to see how these are looking as you're plotting them out. My recommendation for you is to first have the pages fan out and then build upon those pages in a curved form so it starts wrapping around in sort of a tornado, wind tunnel, corkscrew shape as you build the pages up on each other. You might want to play around with this a little bit before really devoting it to the paper golem you're building, but this is the idea that I put behind it. It will help to have some of these pages attached to others to act as internal supports, but eventually what's going to happen as you build up on this is you'll get this whirling, swirling effect of paper coming up and out of the book and taking on a life of its own. And again, make sure you've been curling or at least warping those pages, because that really is what helps give this a lot more life. You will want to be sure that you seal this with matte Mod Podge. It's going to do this and help out for 2 reasons. It's first going to make sure that nothing chips or comes off. It's also going to reinforce the paper a little bit further, giving it extra strength. Do keep in mind with some permanent markers, you may find that it bleeds a little bit. I actually liked this effect because it gives the pages more of an antiqued, well-used, stained look. If you do not want this to happen, then you will want to go in and make sure you're using a fine tip paintbrush instead and painting on the frame of words as opposed to using a pen or a marker. And here we have our final look at this paper golem that I created, and this was very much inspired from the paper golem you can find in Kobold Press's Creature Codex. This was a quick video to show you how I did this. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below, or you can email me at thecraftingmuse.email@gmail.com. I hope you can have some fun with this quick little video, and I look forward to any projects in the future you might have using this technique. Take care, everyone, and I look forward to bringing you another craft soon. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I'm tired today. I'm tired. I want to go back to bed, please. I'm tired. So sleepy. You never know. These things, you never know. Oh, there's a way to figure this out. I'm so tired, my brain just stopped. Like, just... Nope, not gonna work for you today. Sorry, hun. Not happening. Hello, fellow clafters. Hello, fellow clafters. Clafters. It's like clapping and laughter combined together. God.